From the rock-spewing peak beneath an Icelandic ice cap to the island summit with a volume of 18,000 cubic miles, today we look at the tallest volcanoes on Earth. Number 13. SAKURAJIMA. At one point in history, the volcanic landmass of SAKURAJIMA was its own island. But this Japanese summit transformed due to the lava flow from its 1914 eruption, connecting it with the Osumi Peninsula. Today, it is the most active volcano in the nation, continuously raining volcanic ash on the area surrounding it. SAKURAJIMA is just 3,665 feet above sea level, making it far from the tallest. But at 30 square miles of surface area, this peninsula is certainly among the largest volcanoes known to man. The years 2011 and 2012 brought notable eruptions, and August of 2013 provided its largest recorded plume of ash at a jaw-dropping 16,400 feet high, casting a shadow over the nearby city of Kagoshima. Number 12. GRIMSVOTN. The Icelandic volcano GRIMSVOTN is an active volcano at an elevation of 5,659 feet above sea level. It is a basaltic volcano with the highest eruption frequency in the country of Iceland and is notable for its vast fissure system. When this volcano erupts, it emits plumes of smoke and ash and can cause earthquakes. But due to the presence of ice, it erupts with unique explosions described as being phreatomagmatic. Rather than spouting massive amounts of lava or steam, the mixture of meltwater and magma creates clasts, or chunks of pre-existing minerals reformed and shaped by the special combination of factors. These are ejected along with ash into the surrounding area. Eruptions are difficult to predict thanks to rapidly altering state of the nearby ice cap, though it is believed this volcano is just at the starting stage of an active period. Number 11. Mount BROMO. Rising out of the nature reserve known as the Sea of Sand, the summit known as Mount BROMO stands 7,641 feet tall and is one of the most popular tourist stops in all of East Java, Indonesia. It gets its name from the Javanese pronunciation of the Hindu creation deity Brahma and is just a 45-minute walk from the village of SEMERU. Mount BROMO has erupted multiple times in the last 2 decades, ranging in severity from shutting down flights due to ash to explosively launching rocks and claiming the lives of bystanders. Number 10. MAYON volcano. The supposed perfect conical peak of the MAYON volcano is a sacred treasure among the local people of the island of Luzon. Aside from the renowned symmetry at the summit of this mountain 8,081 feet above sea level, MAYON was worshipped by the ancient people as a volcano that, according to folklore, grew from the graves of 2 mythical lovers, MAGA-YONN and PANGANORON. Its name actually derives from the former MAGA-YONN, a princess and heroine whose name is said to translate to beautiful lady in English. Number 9. Mount Saint Helens. Nestled within the Cascade mountain range between Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington, is a volcano notorious for its pyroclastic flows and ash-launching eruptions. While it isn't the highest mountain of the region, it's still an impressive summit, as Mount Saint Helens stands 8,363 feet tall currently. This volcano was once even taller, measuring to a height of 9,677 feet above sea level, but a 5.1 earthquake triggered a lateral eruption in the volcano on May 18, 1980, leading to devastating consequences. A massive portion of the volcano was blown to smithereens, reducing it in size and leaving a mile-wide horseshoe-esque crater at the peak. But the sudden explosion proved even worse for locals, as the eruption would go on to be the most destructive volcanic event in American history. Mount Saint Helens claimed many victims that day, including 47 bridges, 185 miles of highway, 250 homes, and 57 casualties. Number 8. Yellowstone Caldera. Amid Wyoming's Yellowstone National Park is the supervolcano called Yellowstone Caldera. Geologists have traced this 9,203-foot-high formation back to nearly 2.1 million years ago, believing it to have formed from the combined efforts of 3 supereruptions stretched across this time period. In addition to its astounding height, the Yellowstone Caldera occupies an area of about 34 by 45 miles wide and lies atop a geological hotspot sending molten rock from the Earth's mantle surging to the surface. Though this supervolcano remains active, spewing steam and gases through the geothermal vents located around the region, it hasn't released any lava flow in over 70,000 years. Still, scientists have recorded ground swelling in the vicinity of the Yellowstone caldera, indicating the apparent inflation of the volcano's magma chamber. Number 7. Etna. On the east coast of Sicily sits a monumental mountain of legend and the largest of Italy's 3 volcanoes in the intimidating Mount Etna. This active stratovolcano measures 10,912 feet high and occupies an area of 459 square miles with a basal circumference of 87 miles, making the expanse of Etna roughly the size of Los Angeles. A stratovolcano is one that is built up from many layers or strata of hardened lava that doesn't spread very far, resulting in a steep, conical shape. In Greek mythology, the volcano has a special significance as legend holds Zeus, king of the gods, trapped the serpentine monstrosity Typhon beneath the base of the summit. Mount Etna was also said to host the forges of Hephaestus, the Greek god of blacksmithing, craftsmanship, and volcanoes. In modern times, this volcano still erupts with semi-regularity, emitting lava flows as recently as the summer of 2019. Number 6. Mount SEMERU. Named for SEMERU, the legendary mountain that serves as the abode for the gods in Hindu and Buddhist cosmology, this active volcano is the highest on the island of Java. At an elevation of 12,060 feet, it is among the most popular hiking attractions throughout Indonesia as well. But it's also potentially dangerous due to its near-constant eruptions. Mount SEMERU had erupted at least 55 times since it began being monitored regularly in 1818, spewing a combination of pyroclastic and lava flows. But since 1967, this volcano has experienced a small eruption nearly every 20 minutes. This doesn't deter hikers, surprisingly. However, there is still some danger to be wary of, with poisonous gases leaking from SEMERU on some parts of the volcano's surface. Number 5. Mount Fuji. The highest volcano peak in Japan is the legendary Mount Fuji, one of the nation's 3 holy mountains, looming over the rest of the island of Honshu at a height of 12,389 feet above sea level. Though it sits roughly 60 miles to the southwest of Tokyo, residents of the Japanese capital city can still view the great snow-covered volcano on a clear day. Mount Fuji hasn't erupted in over 3 centuries, with the last explosive events occurring in 1707 and 1708. Recent developments have some locals worried, however, as the 2011 earthquake off the coast of Tohoku was thought by some scientists to have potentially induced volcanic unrest. Research, speculations, and mathematical models have indicated the possibility that the magma chamber of Mount Fuji could be at a higher pressure point than it was prior to its last eruption. Number 4. Mauna Loa. Though not quite the tallest at 13,678 feet, the Hawaiian shield volcano known as Mauna Loa is widely considered the largest volcano on Earth. Shield volcanoes differ from stratovolcanoes in that their lava flows are more fluid, so the lava travels further, resulting in a less steep shape. The slopes of Mauna Loa flow outward over a wide expanse, and the volume of this volcano are thought to measure out to 18,000 cubic miles. Still active, this summit tends to pour out a fluid silicone-like lava with mild, non-explosive eruptions. Scientists believe this volcano has been erupting continuously for over 700,000 years, but only breached above sea level in the past 400,000 years. There have been few fatalities due to these eruptions, historically speaking, but in both 1926 and 1950, entire villages were wiped out from lava flows. Number 3. GALERAS. The GALERAS is the most active volcano in all of Colombia and stands tall amid the Andes with a peak of 14,029 feet above sea level. Scientists believe this monstrous mound has been active now for over 1 million years, and historians have tracked regular eruptions from the stratovolcano since the time of the Spanish conquest over 440 years ago. There was a short period in the late 20th century where GALERAS was thought to be dormant, but after a 10-year hiatus, it was deemed active once more in 1988. One of its most devastating eruptions occurred in 1993 at the same as the meeting of scientists called the Decade Volcano Conference commenced. As these seismologists and geologists met to discuss the state of the volcano, they mounted a spur-of-the-moment excursion on the same day GALERAS would erupt. 6 scientists and 3 tourists perished from the ensuing chaos, and the volcano has been monitored even more closely ever since. Number 2. Popocatepetl. Rising out of the central Mexico is the Popocatepetl, an active volcano that towers over the 3 states it occupies at an elevation of 17,802 feet. This great mountain receives its name from an Aztec language called Nahuatl and translates to smoking mountain. For years, the volcano gestated its lava flows, tepidly emitting smoke until the start of the 1990s when volcanic activity began to rise sharply. The volcano was initially the location of many massive glaciers, and it was just one of 3 mountains in Mexico to contain them. But with the increased activity within the volcano, the resulting rise in temperature, and the added effects of global climate change, these glaciers melted away by the start of 2001. Ice can still be found on Popocatepetl's surface, but gone are the features typical of glacial formations such as dry snow zones and crevasses. Number 1. Ojos del Salado. Translated from Spanish, Nevada Ojos del Salado means snowy, salty eyes, an apt name for the powdered summit surrounded by glaciers filled with large salt deposits. This active stratovolcano is the highest active volcano on Earth at an elevation of 22,615 feet. It also happens to be the second highest mountain in the western and southern hemispheres, as well as the tallest peak in Chile. This volcano among the Andes mountain range hasn't erupted in almost 1,300 years. However, minor ash emissions and analysis of fumaroles and lava flow tell that this summit is still active.